It's the Legend of Zelda, and it's...
I don't know how to feel about this one. I haven't played it. I've heard mixed things. Twilight Princess and Majora's Mask were really good, so...
I just really do believe in second chances. I do.
Oh my god.
Like, once again, like, the reason why I bring up Daredevil is because in early season 2, when Punisher shows up, like, they have, like, Daredevil and Punisher have that debate. And I'm with the Punisher, where I say, okay, second chance. What is that worth? Is that worth the expendability of other people? Is someone else's second chance, if someone else's second chance means someone else doesn't get a second chance, what good is that second chance?
No, Silas, I'm not saying in that extreme. Because I'm not saying like in criminal extremes. I'm saying, well, in this particular case, in the case of somebody who's mentally unwell and deserves a shot.
No. In terms of mental disability, I absolutely agree with you. That
I think in terms of
proper help.
I think in terms of criminality, there are certain things where it's like. You can't, like, you've hurt somebody else so badly, like, if you're a murderer and you've or a rapist or something, I feel like there is no real forgiveness for you, because you've taken somebody else's freedom and somebody else's comfortability and their feeling of security and their safety, and you've pretty much just ruined it. Like, you've ruined somebody else's life. And they don't get a second chance.
Well, I'd argue that it extends beyond mere criminal activity. It also applies to legal situations as well. There is legal, effective crime that does ruin everybody's life.
Yeah.
That does ruin many people's lives, and I think that they also deserve that same treatment. That the end, if the end result is the same, it deserves the same consequences.
I would agree with you, and. The reason I say, like, education is the best combatant to ignorance is because if you learn at a when you're younger how other people are and why they are that way, and you can learn to accept that, then you become a better person for it, and it combats that hatred later on in life and for the rest of your life.
And while I agree to the potential of that idea, I also argue that for some manner of percentage, it's merely convenient for them personally to reject any genuine knowledge of good that they receive, whether
Are you kidding?
through an outside source or internally.
Are you okay?
Like, I think that rejection also has its.
I do think that it's there, but I feel like that's just that's like almost self-hatred. Like, why would you hate somebody just because? It's never made any sense to me, but it's like. Well, why would you hate somebody just because they live their life differently than you, and they are different than you? It's like,
well, I mean, like, look,
it's like that little part in your fucking lizard brain where you're like, you're different than me, I fucking hate you.
Well, I'm gonna, like, and it's not necessarily purely defined as hatred. Like, look at, and it's not even necessarily prejudiced in their mind. Look at that person that I dated while. Who I invited to our groups, and her issues with Kit, despite, having a brother who was like Kit, and having relatives and relationships with people who are like Kit, but still didn't like Kit for the exact same, despite being hardly any different than the people that she hung out with, but because she was like the people that she hung out with, she didn't like her.
Makes no sense.
Was that her reasoning?
It was
her
like
actual reasoning.
All right, well, let's. Should I just?
No.
Okay. Like, the thing I'm trying to dance around this, but it's hard to say. It's like, oh, she's that way and she likes anime.
Mm-hmm.
Then I hate that. And it's just so peculiar in this sort of this weird bigoted way.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no real rhyme or reason to it, but it is a form of ignorance that they subscribe to, and they obviously find convenient.
Right.
So I argue that case isn't always going to work. Should it be worth a shot? Yeah, but I argue that to some extent there is a point of no return.
I
cynical
agree.
as that is.
I agree with you. There is a point where, and that's kind of bringing it back down to the whole prison shit, like, you know, the killing and everything else. There is definitely a cutoff point where you're gone. Like, you're too far. You are too radical. You're too crazy to be saved. There's nothing that anybody can do to fix you.
Like, that being said, believe it or not, I don't believe in the death penalty. I only believe in killing when there is no other mode of aid available. And I
agree with you there. I'm not saying that you deserve death. I think that you deserve life, either incarceration or in service.
Well, I don't even believe in I think that with enough,
you will be subjected to becoming a servitor.
I think that with enough emotional support, in actuality, with enough economic resources, there is no point of no return. However, in the circumstances of capital interest,
there has to be a point where you say that it's too far, it's too expensive to save you.
And that, I argue, is the problem with the system, not so much the individual.
No, I agree with you there, but there is a point where we have to say there's
and that's my argue for vigilante killings, effectively.
Well, hi there. No.
I mean, like, it. That I guess that's where we disagree. Where I feel like the average citizen is justified when the economics and when the state is unavailable to provide a better solution. It's up to the individual to create that solution.
Silas, but you have to realize that there's people who have the same fucking mindset as that don't agree with what you think, with who you are, and that there's nothing there to stop them from coming after you, and then you just have anarchy and chaos.
Well, Well, first of all, anarchy is not chaos.
No, it isn't. They're different. But I'm just saying.
In fact, they're kind of contradictory.
They are. But what I'm saying is, there's nothing to stop them from coming after you.
Which is why you have to be more prepared than them.
But then that just it's like
it's not
Silas,
it's not a solution. It's only an alternative.
It's not a solution.
No, it's not. I agree.
Nothing even close.
Well, I'd say that it's closer than blind civility. I'm not going to, rationally debate a Nazi for the sake of questioning my right to kill somebody. Just earlier in this week, the week that we're recording this, right? Like, this fucking jagoff, shoe on head said, we should act, instead of, persecuting pedophiles, we should, debate them. And, have kids debate them as well.
No.
And it's just like, yo, fuck off with that liberal horse shit.
Who the fuck said that?
Like I said, her garbage. She's like, her name's like Shoe on Head or something like that. She's the one who led the troll farm to dox me, actually.
Oh.
But like, yeah, she proposed that some things that
What kind of fucking idiot?
everything needs to be fucking debated,
Well,
and I disagree very much with that.
If
aspect.
everything has to be debated, Silas, why the fuck did she stop you from debating her? I'm just saying, like, hello?
Yeah.
You fucking hypocrite.
Nope.
Like,
Well, because she's generally irresponsible. That's simple enough.
What kind of fucking dumb fucking hypocrite has to sit there and go like, we should debate everybody, but that one brown kid that called me out for being a racist, everybody should go and fucking go after him because he's a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
How dare he call me out on being a racist? I'm not going to debate him. I'm not going to prove him wrong with my words and my actions. No, I'm going to prove him wrong by having having a bunch of these fucking random people come out of the fucking woodworks and start trolling the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, she's bullshit.
What a fucking hypocrite.
But once
even if you're a fucking troll, you have to kind of come back to reality and kind of go like, all right, like I get that it's really funny to troll people and stuff, but like, that action
point, though.
That action's just straight up hypocritical.
But that's my point, though, is that a lot of people are ignorant for the sake of convenience, personal convenience, not because
I agree with you. I agree with you, and those are the people who I say are beyond saving.
Like fucking, we live in the 21st century in 2019. Do you think like fucking like Turning Point USA reasonably believes that Hitler just really wanted to make Germany great again, and white people have my permission to say the N-word, according to Candace Owens, like, who is a black person who works at Turning Point USA.
I'm sorry, you don't speak for all black people.
No, yeah. Like, do you think these people, like...
I'm very white, but I'm just gonna say you don't speak for all of your race.
No, nobody does, ever. And I don't think anybody's gonna rationally debate that.
No.
Like, once again, like, I argue...
There's rational debates, and then there's your straw man bullshit debates, and, I gotta say, trolls go to straw man bullshit debates a lot.
No, this weird centrist both sidesism, like... Zizek talks about this, saying, like, there are commonalities, there are rational taboos that, don't need addressing. He's like, for instance, the debate of whether or not it's okay to rape a woman in modern society shouldn't be something that we should discuss.
Let me just,
that we should have to convince somebody.
Let me put an end to this. Don't rape people.
As
Bo Burnham would say.
And he says, like, frankly, I don't want anybody who thinks that are you screwed here? Okay, good.
No.
He argues that I don't think anybody will complain if somebody proposes that idea and then gets shot for it.
Yes.
And I'm in that camp where it's like, hey, maybe some people aren't worth putting up with.
Yeah.
Aren't worth putting forward any ideas that just depreciate people regardless of their reason, that just purely reject the most common sense principles that we have. Like, I don't think those people are worth saving when we...
Allow me to channel my inner Bill Hicks here. So, let me just put a fucking end to this. If you think that rape is okay, it's not. Case fucking closed. I mean, come on, guys. Like,
because like Zizek goes on and he's just like, I don't think I'm going to just stand idly by and let him debate the positive aspects of raping somebody. I'm going to just say, okay, off to Gulag with you, next. And I'm in that I'm in that boat. It's like, no, you cannot debate. There are some people and some subjects that aren't worth investigating. That aren't
You
worth.
can't debate everybody because some people are. They're not there to debate. They don't care that their worldview is fucked up. They're
pure
know
contrarians,
yeah, they know it's fucked up. They don't care anymore.
Mhm.
Like,
And do I think, first and foremost, I don't think that to clarify, my stance on whether or not to kill these kinds of people is not absolute. I think that first and foremost, we should be trying to rid our society of conditions that get people to propose these kinds of ideas. However, in an immediate case, if
there'll always be fucking stupid people out there, Silas.
and
unfortunately enough, we can't kill fucking everybody who has a dumb thought.
No, that's not what I'm proposing. What I'm proposing is, and first of all, the proposition that there's always going to be a stupid person is, frankly, just. I don't mean to be rude, but it is a fairly liberal idea.
No, I'm not saying that there's always going to be a stupid person. I'm saying there's always going to be somebody out there who's fucking stupid and who thinks something up that is just so far off the fucking wall and so wrong on just every fundamental level, but they're so ignorant to their own stupidity that they just don't give a shit.
But I argue that can be prevented. I argue that those people can, under the right socioeconomic conditions, those people can be saved.
I kind of agree with you, but at the same time, it's like.
Being said, it can't exist under present societal conditions.
Oh, we're there! We made it.
I did it.
I agree with you, but.
Hi, I'm in the show.
Yeah, we need to be done talking politics because Dominique hasn't gotten to fucking talk.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sorry, Dom.
That's alright.
You were welcome to interject, but...
I don't like talking about politics.
Yeah.
Because, let's be honest, politics is...
I love talking about politics because I'm a masochist. And I hate everything.